He's so fast already, 5 seconds in.
Yeah, we're just not getting started with this upper bracket. Apologies for the rather abrupt start, but we're gonna go ahead and start talking about these two teams. These are two undefeated teams. It's Lealow's Minions versus TOS. Neither of these teams has dropped a series thus far into this tournament. One of them is not gonna live to tell the tale though. They're gonna have to drop down to that lowest bracket and duke it out there. And one of them gonna move on directly into the finals. Who you got, Eisen?
Alright, listen. TOS has a much more balanced team. All of their players are, good. They have a GC2, a GC3, and Oki, who's like the lead specialist in the tap-in merchant expertise. While the other team you have a C1, a C1, and then Entry. And Entry, bro, if you haven't seen this man play, he is different. He is just a different breed of player. If he doesn't die the entire game, I don't see TOS taking it just because he's that good. So it's really going to be up to TOS to disrupt his play as much as they can, take his boost as much as they can. Otherwise, he does shit like that. He's so good, bro. How are you this quick? Like, literally, look at this. Look at this read. Like, okay, maybe not. Maybe it was just DC being terrible, but listen, he's just so fast. Like, nobody reads it as fast as he does, and if you don't take his boost, don't disrupt his play, he will keep putting the ball in the net. So, I think, personally, I have Entry's team taking it. He's the better player, but I do think it might be a close series because overall, the orange team is really, oh my gosh. Never mind. It's just a massacre at this point. Like, what? No, the little bump. Oh, the little bump on Oki. That's kind of disgusting. Shouldn't be allowed for a guy to be SSL and be bumping a C1.
There's a case to be had for either team, to be honest. TOS has what it takes to shut down Entry. That is, if they're able to put all three, they'll force it together. But right now, it's not even Entry. It's Lealow who's come up with 2 goals to his name.
Sub.
Oh no, you can't do that in the middle of the game. Come on, TOS. Especially after how much Oki has performed throughout this tournament. You can't put him away, not now.
And so it's even better because he's the one saying it himself. Oh, that's just it. Oh my god, it's 4-0. It's so done, bro. I don't know if you remember when the tournament started and I said that Entry won the second I saw his team. This is why I said that he won, because he actually has teammates. The only way that you can get this guy to be in any way nerfed is if you give him the worst players in the lobby, and Lealow is not one of the worst players in the tournament by far. He's one of the actually, like, close to the top, probably around halfway through. Meaning that for a guy like Entry to have 2 players who are pretty good at the game on his team, it is kind of reps for everybody else. So yeah, I really don't think that we're gonna see much else out of TOS, not against this version of Entry. Maybe if he starts panicking and plays worse, we can see them drop a few games in this best of 5, but yeah, for now, I just don't. I think it's gonna be a 3-0, man. I'm putting it here right now. I think it's gonna be a 3-0.
To be fair, there is one team which has dropped a game in this matchup, and oddly enough, it's not TOS. It's Lealow's Minions, I believe, in the group stage. They went ahead and dropped a game versus.
It was Xenon
versus Virgins.
Yeah, but that's also a pretty good team. That's another really good team. They're still alive in the tournament, by the way. So, dropping a game versus Xenon, Versa, and I believe it was Shanks makes sense. I think that it's fine for you to drop a game, especially if you're getting used. Early on, it was the first round of the tournament as well. I think that once they've gotten used to playing with each other, and Lealow and Chops have learned to play around Entry to the best of their abilities, I don't see them dropping unless the other team, really comes out on top and, becomes better over time. They become a better team. I don't think Entry is going to throw in any way to actually to the point where they lose the series here.
Yeah, we'll see if TOS has what it takes to shut down this team, man. Entry denies from the goal line. TOS still looking for their first possession of this series. There's DC shot on target, easily cleared out by Nitri. He's got a lot of space in the midfield to work with. Opts to take a touch to the sidewall, thinking someone was challenging, but
this kid play, bro. I'm done. You guys by yourself. I'm gonna get some coffee.
Holy moly. The speed at
Actually,
which...
this bro.
Oh no, he's not happy right now, and Lealow's minions beginning to run away with it here in game number 1. What can TOS do to even begin bringing it back? I'm gonna slow down some of these players on the side of Lealow's minions. You have to do a little bit more than that. You're gonna have to find a way to take out some of the resources, take out some of the players if you can. But right now, it's a battle of pure speed, and Lealow's minions are not ones to disappoint.
Well, yeah, and like I have to say, very well done by Lealow as well. Chops has definitely taken a more defensive outlook into this game, played a more third-man focused role. But Lealow has managed to make himself as useful as possible with entry. You know, he knows the caliber of the player that he has on his team, and he's making sure to use it to its fullest. So very well done by Lealow as well. And also Chops, you know, we have to give him props for not getting in the way. Sometimes you just have to know that your teammate is, you know, the best player in the tournament, and you just let him do his thing, you know. So very well done by everybody on Lealow's side. And maybe a wake-up call for the TOS boys. You know, they might have been undefeated until now. It is a 5-0 punching to the mouth type of game here, so they have to make sure to realize how to shut down this man who's on the ball right now, trying to get one more. Oh, maybe keeping it up. One for the road. No.
Those minions.
Why actually? They're asking me if I want to sub.
Nah, after all this, you can't take out Oki. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and wait for our next game to get underway, but in the meantime, what can TOS do to even start bringing this series back? They've been absolutely dominated by not just entry, but Lealow. What a performance from him. We got a hat trick here in game number 1, and so far, doesn't seem like there is any stopping Lealow's minions truly living up to their name. Oh, we can go ahead and actually take a look at the playoffs bracket. I do think there's a match happening underneath us as well while we cast his uppers. I think that lower bracket is happening in the meantime. That's going to be versus Virgins versus the Power. The winner of that would move on over to the losers finals. We're watching the upper finals, and so the winner would move on to those upper finals, where we would see finally these two upper and lower brackets begin to merge. And then after all said and done, we will be crowning our champion in 3 very short matches. But for the time being, we still got the series to finish. We got Lealow's minions coming on against TOS. 2 undefeated teams here thus far, but looks like TOS might get dethroned after all.
Just wait. What happened? Wait. Okay, there you go. Now they're all in.
TOS now. After a devastating game number 1, hoping they can pull out just about anything in order to make this comeback. But Lealow's minions, all the momentum to their name. Gonna be hard to ice out your opponents if you're TOS. And you can see the attempts from TOS as well, looking for some demolitions, trying to disrupt the play of Lealow's minions as much as possible. And finally, their first goal in this series after DC's pokes a hole into the backboard. Entry? Didn't do anything to stop that one.
Entry, you can say Nitrine, you can call him Nitro,
Nitro?
Prodigy,
What?
Call him whatever you want. Entry, I think his name's supposed to sound like the word entry, like the entrance, the entry, yeah.
Well, the only thing he is entering is goals into the back of TOS's net. Haven't seen that just yet here in game number 2 though, as Chops.
Oh, there you go.
Showing up for the first time here in this series. Haven't seen a goal out of him just yet, but finally making his appearance with the equalizer in game number 2.
Oh, I see what happened. Smarties was way too concerned with the bump on entry and just overcommitted for that, overextended his position as the defender there and couldn't make it back. So even when he's not on the ball, entry is making goals happen by just being bumpable, you know? Making people want to bump him. Smarties has gone for him again. I think that's the new play style. The game plan for TOS now is to put somebody on entry at all times. Seems to be Smarties so far. And let's see if it works. So far, so good, I suppose. Last game, they were already down by 2 or 3 at this time. Now they're only tied, so that's pretty nice.
This is true. It's definitely a much closer battle for TOS this time around, as now they look for yet another possession. It's Oki over into the midfield, but Lealow more than happy to deny. He's got a shot on target, but lacking the power necessary to really turn that one into a good attempt. In the midfield, this ball is a bit stagnant. It's a race, but Lealow comes up empty. In doing so, he has actually found a better position for Lealow's minions though.
He was faking. That's all it is. He was just faking to give his teammates possession, you know? You gotta give him the credit. Ooh, what a save.
A save indeed, and a worthy one, as now TOS struggling to break the shells of their opponents. Once again in the midfield, it's Lealow up quickly over to Chops, but no, Chops can't find the angle this time around. TOS still on the back foot as Entry doing his best to find the play back towards his teammates. Oh, Aizen, what have we just witnessed?
Now I'm watching this one. I am sorry, bro. I'm not skipping this. What just happened? Oh my god, what a banger though. Like, even if you want to score that angle, he's never doing that on purpose ever again. Incredible, and I think it really fits the wheels that he's using right now. You know, the snake wheels.
I mean, all said and done, I think that's still an all-time Lealow for the minions. TOS more than happy to take that freebie underneath their belt. Halftime in game number 2, and they've once again found a lead. And this one might be for real. First time in this series, they've had a legitimate chance of coming out on top for a game. Will they be able to pull the strings out?
Very well done! Very well done by Chops. Did you see there the harassment that he was putting on DCs? Which kind of, like, I guess made him not realize what was happening, and by the time he saw Lealow was coming back up to challenge him, it was too late. It's in your net. 2-2.
A 2-2 at 2:22, you couldn't have asked for more. It's a perfect number all the way around, and so far Lealow's minions. Oh, it's Chops from the skies, looking for the reset in order to make a slam dunk happen. But a big clear all the way downfield leaves Lealow's minions in the dust.
Very well done. Love to see it, man. Love to see the aggression coming out of TOS here. Lealow's gonna try to catch that ball. No, sir. You're gone. It's in your net.
Yep, TOS turning their opponents into ashes on the goal line. Not much Lealow's minions could have done to keep that one out of their net. Now Lealow's minions once again. Lealow as well. He's been looking for a strong performance, especially after game number 1. Where he put in a hat-trick to his own name. He's going to be looking for some more of that magic here, Aizen.
Yeah, and I'd like to mention, Entry, 0 goals so far this game. Even though he is topping the leaderboards, he has definitely been a little bit more limited in the midfield by the aggressive and physical game of TOS. And it's very interesting to see these adaptations coming out like in real time, you know? So I want to see, is he going to adapt after this game? Oh, what a shot! Oh my god! Is he going to adapt to getting clipped on by Dan, or is he going to just keep letting him do it? What a shot! Look at that contact placement, it's just insane. No chance for Lealow to save that one.
Yeah, beautifully placed by DC's up in the skies. Sent that one back down to earth, and there's no way Lealow stranded in net. Nothing he can do to make sure that ball stays out. Lealow once again, he's desperate as only a minute and change left here in game number 2 for the Lealow's minions to find a comeback, send themselves over to match point, but right now, it's all TOS. Even the reset can't get past TOS right now.
Entry is really trying to bring everything that he can to the game. Minute left, might be the time where you start getting a little bit panicky, knowing that you might drop this game since you're like there are 2 down. 1 down, it's fine, but 2 down, you should need to counter like on some kickoff shenanigans after that. So definitely the time for them to start pushing, and you know, for Entry to really do his best to bring this game back to at least a winnable position is now. Not with shooting like that though, unfortunately. Oh, maybe? Oh, save! So close for Chops, but not quite. 2-goal lead stands, 30 seconds left.
Yep, TOS holding on by a thread, but with this 2-goal lead, more than happy to walk out with game number 2 as they slow down the pace of play, looking to keep possession, burn down these last few seconds on the clock. Now we've got a series on our hands, folks. There's a reason that both of these teams are undefeated. They're definitely showing all that they've got, as we got two powerhouses taking each other on in what is effectively the best of 3. TOS. To have the ability to rebound after a devastating game number 1, it was something like 5-0, maybe even 6-0 at the tail end of game number 1. And to rebound from that one mentally is no small feat. I mean, Heisen to be able to come back and now show Lealow's minions that they have what it takes to take the upper hand. And a great performance from DC's as well. He was just a monster on the pitch throughout game number 2.
Nearly a thou. That's just like insane. 4 goals. Really like putting in perspective, right? Because Entry first game played so well, was setting up shots for Lealow, who had, I believe, a hat trick, and Entry himself had 2 goals. This game, no goals for Entry, just 1 assist. Definitely needs to try and bring it back to the level that he had in that first game. But very well done. Very, very, very well done by TOS to bring this back. I thought it was going to be a sweep after the first game, as I said before, and I'll say it again. I really thought it was going to be a sweep. Guess not. Guess we actually have a series. Maybe you'll go to 5. Who knows?
Yep, we'll just have to wait in to see. We do have a technical issue. As we wait for both these teams to join up, but it looks like that technical issue has since been resolved. So that means game number 3 underway in just a few seconds. Here we go, chat. And already starting off with a bit of a banger as Lealow's minions in instant possession off the kickoff. Not even 10 seconds here in game number 2, and already you can see Lealow's minions hungry, looking to avenge that loss in game number 2. TOS. No words on that kickoff.
I have to say something. Oh, that's in. Whoops. That's a JNAPS level shot right there. Bang. Wow. Yeah, and I have to say something just like kind of like irrelevant to the gameplay, but I love Entry's car design. I'm gonna copy this color. It looks pretty clean. Like it's a brighter version of the Mina Fennec, the French Fennec.
It's very pretty, I will say that. But a nice blend to it as well. But unfortunately the looks won't do him many favors. As TOS slamming another off the kickoff.
It does, bro. It does. You gotta give the placebo the credit that it deserves. It's faster,
Sure, man. Whatever makes you feel better.
I have to justify the purchase of the $400 wheels that I have that are now useless because I can't trade them anymore.
$400? What wheels do you have?
No, I'm just joking, I don't. But that at the peak of the price, I think that's like how much DHs are going for, black DHs, like 50,000 credits or some shit like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, crazy. Nah, I never bought those. I have the Sterns, bro. They were $8. I'm happy with it.
I'm quite happy I never got into trading, or else I think I'd be down a lot of money right now.
Yes, sir, exactly. I feel bad, but at the same time, kind of glad it's not me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lealow's minions hoping. My goodness.
Not bad.
It's all good. Lealow's minions hoping it's not them either. They don't want to be sent to this lower bracket as TOS.
She's on 12 moves. She does not know how to play Zero Boost, clearly. He's so lost on it. He does. She's just better. Stays on your 1 boost. Gets a good 50. Wow. It's actually insane. The patience to stay on that. Grabs another 12 there. Good clear. Oh, Smarties just took that boost again.
Oh my goodness. It's just on the crossbar again. This crossbar is doing wonders on either side of that pitch, Heisen. No one can seem to crack that one open.
Is this up to regulation? Are they supposed to have a 4th team on their team? Like a 4th teammate on their team? Like, what is this? That's not fair, bro. Crossbar actually doing wonders for those minions here. And I'm sure TOS is going to be asking for some admin reviews of that there. I'm not sure having a 4th man on your team is allowed. I'll have to ask Sanji.
I'm gonna go out on a
limb. Apparently Sanju allows it.
What? There's no way. TOS.
Yeah, he's okay with it. He's a hater. He's canceling entry as we speak.
I give TOS the right to petition here. Halftime here in game number 2, and they might be looking to employ the crossbar, slide a $20 bill or so underneath the table. Hopefully get that crossbar in their favor, but for the time being, it's all
Chops.
chops.
Is different.
Yeah, the
is just
chops.
different. Look at that placement.
I think the chops that we've seen here in game number 3 is unlike the chops we've seen back in games 1 and 2. This is a new man. It is night and day.
Sir, he's really bringing it out. I think that Entry has stepped back into a more supportive role in the midfield, trying to set up his teammates. And even though he's yet to score ever since game 1 ended, definitely making himself more useful here, getting another 2 assists already out of the 3 goals that have been scored. Very well done. Overall, just a very good game by Entry and everybody else on his side. In the meantime, Oki not having the best game that he's ever had, 53 points. Missing perhaps here, can he put it on target? No, unfortunate backboard. The crossbar had something else to say. Again, 4th man. I'm sure the TOS will have to make sure that this is allowed, but yeah. So far, Sanju's okay with it.
You're gonna feel the disappointment beginning to creep into TOS as yet another opportunity. Thankfully, this one at long last results in a goal. TOS, I don't think after all of that they could have let another one go out of their favor as they finally sneak one in. They got a minute and change to make this equalizer though, Heisen.
Yeah, that was really well done by Oki. He managed to put the ball in a way that forced Entry to go a little bit too far back to catch it, which made it impossible for him to be relevant enough to make the second block when DC's was right there, you know, so well done by Oki. The tap-in merchant becoming a pass merchant, and very well. Oh, and the Devil's coming out. Oh my gosh, people are angry.
Yep, and that's just another way to buy yourself a little bit of space in the midfield, where space is so tightly contested by either team, and that is chops. That's a Hattie here in game number 3.
Yeah, and Entry with that, he also gets a playmaker, so definitely creating a lot of opportunities. Great pass, great disruption on the last man, making sure that Chops has essentially an open net to score, and he does not disappoint, so very well done. 4-2, minute left. Do you have a game 5, or do you think this is going to continue and they're just going to take it 3-1?
I am begging for a game 5 right now, Heisen. I mean, I don't think we've seen a really good one all day, and there's been some close matches, but for whatever reason, we have not caught them on stream. This might be the first though.
Exactly. That is so true. Every match that we casted was a 2-0. First time we're actually getting a series. That's pretty nice. Oh wait, no, did we not cast Mendoza go lose 1-2, I think?
Yeah, I mean, that one went to 3, to be fair.
Yeah, they got clapped in game 3, I remember that.
Yeah, it's a little much like how TOS are getting their face handed to them on a platter here in game number 3, Lealow's Minions. An absolute blowout thus far, and with only a few seconds left on the clock, TOS once again going to have to regroup. They faced a similar situation back in game number 1, Heisen. They got absolutely bodied throughout game number 1. They picked themselves up, they came back, they performed throughout the next game. Will they be able to do it again, force that game 5?
Well, they have about 2 seconds to work out a kickoff strategy here, try to make something happen. 14 seconds left, otherwise it will be going to Lealow's Minions and we'll be seeing them on double match point.
Lealow's Minions.
No luck.
Yeah, no luck for them just yet. That kickoff went a little bit too neutral for the favor of TOS. They're gonna have to let go of game number 3. Lealow's Minions, they've got themselves a match point.
Are they gonna make it a 1-goal game? No.
And yeah, if you're TOS, it's no small feat to not just pick yourself up once throughout the series, but twice. They have suffered a beatdown back in game number 1 and now once again here in game number 3. To be able to have that type of mental fortitude is not an easy task by any means, especially when you're going up against one of the best in Entry. Who knows what TOS are going to be able to pull off here once we get into game number 4, Heisen.
Yeah, I think Oki really needs to work on making sure that his shooting is a little bit lower. He hit the backboard so many times that game. That crossbar was very happy to be as involved as he was in that game. And I think that the biggest things here for him would be to disrupt Lealow entry and chops with demos, boost Sarvin, bumps, and also just try and place the shots. Just visualize them because as it stands, he is the least performing player on his team and he needs to bring it back up if they want to win the series. Let's see now, game 4 starting. Interesting kickoff here. It works out. Chops gets the boost, passes it to entry. No, tell me that's in. Oh, so sad. I hate that. Don't save that, please. Let that go in. For the culture, like, literally for the culture.
No cigar here for the beginning of game number 4. Still Lulus minions. Still looking to break open that eggshell. It's Lealow and Chops combining on the offensive side of the pitch. That's going to leave Nitri in no man's land for a little bit as Smarties continues to advance, trying to poke a hole in his opponent, but Nitri is not phased whatsoever. Stays calm on the goal line, able to make sure this ball is inevitably cleared.
Yeah, Oki probably struggling a little bit with his ping here. I noticed that a few times the ball comes to him and he just kind of like slightly miss it or just by a little bit, not be there in time. I understand how it feels to play on high ping, and I get it's not easy, but he'll have to try and make himself a little bit more relevant in the game. Otherwise, it's just going to stay as it has been for the last game. It's just Lealow's minions controlling the field, controlling the 50s, and having open answer score. Entry with one more.
If TOS isn't careful, this game could quickly run away from them. We could be seeing ourselves with the Lealow's minions gentleman sweep TOS. While things are still contained, while we're still early in game number 4, this is their time to shine. Poke back, maybe, but no, it's Entry and Lealow combining to find themselves a second TOS. Things are getting out of hand a little too quickly for their liking.
Very well placed. He found the exact angle that he could shoot at without getting blocked, and he put it in. Very well done by Entry. 2-0. Oh, okay. Off the wall. Tries to set up a own goal by Entry, maybe? Using some mind tricks? No? Okay. Let's see. Not yet. Maybe later. Lealow with a good clear. Bounces the ball up to Chops. Chops probably lighting up a reset. No, not quite. Dan with a good clear. Blocks Entry shot once again. Double save for Dan. As always, a really reliable defender. Oki trying to clear the ball to the corner. Maybe make it get to his teammate, but so far not so good. Smarties bit by Entry in the corner once again. DC with the 50. Goes in the favor of those minions. They both miss. It's open. If they miss this, it's so chalk. Okay, they do not miss this. Okay. I was gonna say, if Smarties doesn't score that one, bro, I think he's actually just like leaving the lobby. He's actually just disconnecting at that point. He's just throwing his computer out of his window or some shit.
Yeah, it's a little daunting, isn't it? You see the wide open net, you see the ball in front of you, you know that this is one of your only opportunities to take a freebie, and it's all on your shoulders just not to miss a literal silver level shot. Yet TOS more than happy to sweep that one in, find themselves their first goal to cut that 2-goal lead in half. Lealow's minions continue to bear down its Entry over the Chops in this, guys, but neither of these two players between Oki and Chops able to find the touch necessary. Smarties once again, he's been bumped out of the way by Entry, but still manages to get back to it. What a recovery.
That's kind of crazy. And he bumped Lealow there. Super good maybe. Very well done. He's gonna have a little bit of space. Bangs it on target maybe? No, Entry gets a really clear control touch. Over 1, gets a reset, maybe over 2, gets to try to get a bump, not so close to it as I thought he would have been, but I appreciate the try. I see the vision. Now Dan, with very little boost, none actually. Boost found just after he left that corner. Can he get it? Yes he can. Nice. Entry bumping him, making sure that he arrests him. Dan now on 40 still, trying to clear the ball. Chops tries to shoot near post. Not quite. Lealow now trying to center the ball to his teammates. He cleared by Dan, but Entry is up for it. It might be in. It's in. He's just faster.
And at this point, you can tell Lealow's minions starting to get a better taste of what that finals appearance is gonna look like. And speaking of which, there's a prize pool to be had here, and Lealow's minions, with every goal, they are inching themselves ever so closer. TOS looking like they might have to duke it out in the lower bracket with some other big contenders. There's still a lot of players on the pitch here, Eisen, and TOS Now that they're in the lower bracket, that's just one more match that they're gonna have to fight themselves up against.
Yeah, technically we're down to our, I believe, top 3 now. I think that the lower bracket matchup that was happening during this one happened already, I believe. I will have to check Sunju.
TOS.
I don't think so.
You can feel the desperation beginning to settle in here for the next minute and change. They're going to be giving it just about everything in an attempt to make this comeback, but you may as well attempt climbing Everest at this point. To come back against Lealow's minions is no small feat. As entry, he's going to be doing everything in his power to hold on to this 3-goal lead, and even in the best of situations, a 3-goal lead is a pretty significant one.
Yeah, it's just, oh my gosh, look at that reset. Oh, Smarties is just panicking at this point. Got the ball away from his teammate. Trying to go for something in the air, but not quite. Free jump by entry. Did not make contact. Oh, that was a goal set. That's unfortunate. It is what it is.
It is what it is, TOS. All said and done, I think they're gonna have to let go of this game as entry. A very rare whiff by him on the goal line. Yes, a difficult read to make, but still not used to seeing entry fly past the ball. TOS though, with their last closing seconds, they can kiss this series goodbye. It's all Lealow's minions. Whoever had a doubt, they're gonna be moving on into the upper finals.
And do you see this team losing 2 in a row? I don't think so. I don't.
I don't.
I think this might just be back-to-back for entry. He keeps getting, like, you know, lucky with teammates disconnecting halfway through the tournament and getting a really good sub every time. Every time, bro. Alright, I'll be right back.
For sure, chat, we're gonna go ahead and take a well-deserved break. Heisen and I need a break. It's been a long day. We have been casting for the last 4 hours or so, but there's only a handful of matches remaining. We've got the loser semis. Then after that, we've got one more match before the grand finals. It's been a long day, but it's coming up to an end real soon, so we're gonna take a break. Talk to you guys soon.